lineups. Lots of interesting matchups tonight. Stick around. We'll be right back with more.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
And in our game tonight, we've got the Chicago Bulls against the New Orleans Pelicans. And for New Orleans, they haven't competed at the level they'd like over the last week or so. Just one win in 5 games. So right around the halfway mark, we're starting to see MVP candidates emerge. Shaq, you won that honor back in 2000, putting up tremendous numbers.
Yeah, I had a career high in averages, points, and assists, and that was the year of my first championship, Bernie.
Shaq, do you think you should have won more than one MVP?
I sure did. I got robbed twice.
I think overall in your career you should have had 4. But in 2000, when I was working as a student analyst watching you, man, that was a great Laker team.
I appreciate you very much.
Pleasure to know you. Honored to be sitting here next to you. Isn't this guy the greatest?
Man, it's Shaq Mendes.
Welcome to this Thursday night in the NBA, right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony as well as Brett Barry. And we'll be catching up a bit from the sideline with David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, some say Jrue Holiday is the best defender in the league that no one talks about. He said, I don't need any accolades. I don't like being famous. But for guys to remember how I play defense on them, that respect, that's the only accolade I want. It's fun for me, playing myself to total exhaustion. Kevin?
What a great attitude. He is a monster on defense. David, thank you. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Favors.
On the boards, he's been a much bigger presence these last few years than he had been prior. And he can be counted on now to make an impact with his rebounding. And that's a product of all the work he's put in down low.
And the starting lineup for the Pelicans, Holiday and Ingram out on the perimeter. Zion is the 4 with Favors at the 5. And it's Ball in at the point guard position. And for Chicago, White and Levine team up in the backcourt. Porter and Markkanen, the duo at forward. And it's Felicio in at the 5 roaming the paint. Long season, Brent, halfway through. Some teams try to create camaraderie with team dinners and team trips, and I would think that would help.
Well, that helps with your personal savings. You're not spending.
Absolutely,
you're not spending your per diem.
No per diem spend.
Well, there's a tremendous article that was written last year about what it is that Greg Popovich created in San Antonio. Funny thing, when that article came out about the Spurs dinner culture, I had people that were calling me up going, you should read this. And I said, read it. I lived it. Are you kidding me? But absolutely, time like that, time where you have conversation, time in front of one another, where you learn about, hopefully you're learning about the vulnerabilities of your teammate, because in the end, that's what ends up making you stronger. So I think those kind of things help immensely.
The second chance effort. Rebound collected by Levine. Ball against White. Goes back up. Clock at 6. They get it back.
Second chance opportunities. Williamson explosive into the air with the touch and concentration to finish.
Now here's White. He's coming off a 16-point game against Toronto.
Felt like he had a sense in that game that the defense was being over-aggressive, and he tried to take advantage of that. He continually frustrated them throughout the night and got to the free throw line.
Holiday inside the line. Drops one in from the wing.
That's confident shooting there from Jrue Holiday. Got his coaches and teammates saying, yes, take that one.
White with it, now guarded by Ball, and Markkanen throws it down.
2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Ball, the pass to Favors. Dishes it to Holiday. Rebound by the Bulls. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
Well, let's hope there isn't any carryover from that letdown in this one.
Here's White. Porter trying to free himself up.
Love the fact that Ball can use his length to annoy shooters. Make sure whoever he's on doesn't get off a clean shot.
For Chicago, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Levine uses the glass to finish the layup.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Are you asking me, GA? I'm not sure.
Well, for New Orleans, shooting well off their usual numbers, around 29% so far. Holiday attacking. No good. He's off to a slow start. 1 for 4 so far.
Things are going south right now. This is not the type of shooting that his teammates expect from him.
And if Williamson's in the area, you better be careful. When you aren't, he's going to stifle you on the offensive end.
The Pelicans trail. And that one's good. Ingram.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players, Kevin, playing today can do.
Ball against White. The pass to Levine. Passes it to Markkanen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Williamson. And Markkanen with the basket on the assist by Levine.
Hey, look, you got to keep Markkanen out of the paint. He's just too big on that block and imposes his will.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for New Orleans. Trailing by 2. Their last encounter was in New Orleans.
And really brought an impressive physicality to that matchup, drawing a ton of fouls and, of course, went on to win it.
No doubt that's what made the difference. The aggression they showed, attacking, drawing contact. It got them points at the line and made foul trouble a big concern on the other side.
And that one's good. Ingram.
And the speed of Ingram makes him a nightmare for defenses in pick and rolls, constantly keeping them guessing.
White drives in, and that one good. For New Orleans, they've gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Holiday dishes to Ingram. Back to Holiday. Pass to Williamson. Over Porter, 5 to shoot, and misses it off the right side of the rim. Levine finds Porter. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Zion Williamson.
And every year, Porter seems to get better. His three-point shot continues to evolve, and he's embraced taking on more responsibility.
Free throw good. Porter.
And New Orleans, not the largest market, but a lot to like about living in the Big Easy.
Well, you just said Big Easy in New Orleans, and I saw Kevin Harlan's head whip over here because I know what he's thinking about. Food, baby.
That's right.
Food. But whether it's music, art, architecture, New Orleans has a tremendous culture.
No good on the second free throw. And Coach Jim Boylan agreeing to a multi-year extension with the Bulls this summer, Greg.
And taking that interim tag off his title as head coach, Boylan, with over 30 years of coaching experience, afforded the opportunity to continue developing this young core.
Now Levine. Following the miss by Lonzo Ball from deep. Here's Markkanen. Tries again. Over Holiday. And the Bulls with another miss. Pelicans trail by 3. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Felicio. And White kicks to Porter. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. They shoot again. Felicio with the bucket. Felicio's got his second bucket.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
New Orleans has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Ball with a wide open look. No good on the 3.
If he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Baseline jumper. Good work there as it goes. 6 points for Lauri Markkanen. Well, for New Orleans, shooting well off their usual numbers, around 29% so far. Double team on Holiday. Ball kicks to Williamson. Ingram outside. 6 to shoot. Pass to Williamson. They need this. Can't hit that one. Nice D from Porter.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Ingram outside. And the pass to Williamson. Ball feeling it out a bit. And here's Holiday. He's coming off a 10-point game against Milwaukee. Over Levine. Holiday gets the bucket.
How about that shot? Not exactly something drawn up by the coaching staff.
Here's White. Pass to Levine. And here is Markkanen, guarded by Holiday. Tries from the block. Markkanen can't get it to go.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
And the dunk by Williamson.
How about Drew Holiday? Unselfish, team-first player. Love that from the guard position.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago.
Well, Drew Holiday and his brother Justin had some hard-fought games in the driveway. I know a little bit about that. We never ever finished those games, Kevin. Too much fighting going on. And by the end of it, both Drew and Justin Holiday find themselves in the NBA.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Thaddeus Young, he's checked in for Lauri Markkanen. Valentine comes in for Porter. Donnie's checked in for Zach LaVine. And Satoransky subbed in for White. And Brent, that fierce, competitive nature for Drew Holiday, still there to this day.
There's so much talk from his coach, Alvin Gentry, about Drew working himself constantly to exhaustion, just continuing to push the limits. And he'll sit at his locker, he'll take a long shower. He doesn't want to move till his body recovers. He knows how important this game is to him and how important now he is to the Pelican franchise moving forward.
Chicago shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. And he knocks down the first one. At the number of trades now starting to involve stars. It feels like the league's power balance is always shifting to some degree.
Yeah, and I think organizations that are trying to stay ahead of the trend, Kevin, might think about, we might have a star for just 2 years. How can we get the next one? Backside of that, Kevin, is a lot of these star players are signing deals that are not extending to 4, 5, 6 years. You can't even do that anymore. So you get a guy for a couple years. What he wants to do is maximize his earning potential for 1 or 2 seasons, become a free agent again, and then look around the league where opportunities not only to win, but to also cash in. That's what's happening in today's game.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Now, here's Redick. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Here's Okafor. He can't hit that time. And the Bulls going the other way now. Satoransky against Redick. The shot by Satoransky, no good. Felicio, the pass to Young. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Really heads up there. A play where you locate the best open pass and then you get it there for an easy bucket.
And it's more penetrating. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It goes on Denzel Valentine. And not just a long-range gunner, but E'Twaun Moore, also blessed, Greg, one of the NBA's best floaters.
I mean, he takes a lot of those mid-range shots, those floaters in the lane, that makes them more often than not. For a player standing 6'4", the ability to finish inside, providing that counterbalance to his three-point shooting.
Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Moore. The 55th pick back in 2011. By any measure, E'Twaun Moore has exceeded expectations.
Most of that has come, Kevin, because he's become a much more consistent player from the perimeter. Everybody looking for those wing players that can both provide offensive spark and shooting, along with guarding at least one position, if not 2. And E'Twaun Moore is a switchable defensive player and has found a home here with the Pelicans.
It's blocked, and he's able to get it back. They get it again.
And he gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
The shot by Redick, no good.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there.
And here's Redick. He'll bring it up for New Orleans. 7-point differential. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
A game they definitely felt they could win, and with a break here or there, they probably could have.
Maybe should have. The score doesn't indicate just how well they competed in that game. For the majority of it, they look like the better team.
For New Orleans, they have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Okafor. Both free throws good from Okafor.
Well, injury is such a reoccurring theme for the Pelicans in the past couple seasons. Funny to hear Alvin Gentry even joke about consulting a witch doctor down there in the Bayou. But new athletic trainer coming in, hired away from the Phoenix Suns. They have a tremendous and have had a tremendous reputation, hoping to improve their health of all these young players.
Snatched up. The kick out to Young. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And now that we have a moment, let's see the best free throw shooting teams in the NBA. The Bulls in second.
You know, it's really a team-wide talent. You want to foul to stop layups, but against them, you're not saving much. They'll make you pay time and again.
That free throw good from Thaddeus Young. And the training staff from the Suns had an outstanding track record over the years.
The envy of a lot of teams in the NBA as they were able to extend the careers of players like Steve Nash and Grant Hill, 2 all-time greats. And they set a trend in some of the biometric tracking that they do and looking for early signs of impending problems. All about preventative medicine, Kevin, to have players be at their best.
Here's Hart. No points in the game yet for him. Okafor dishes to Redick. Pass to Hart. Moore outside. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Moore not being denied that time.
Chicago leading by 5. And it's done, penetrating. Takes the 13-footer. Here's Felicio. Goes up again. Young's shot is off.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
And 4 years at Villanova for Josh Hart. Won the title back in 2016.
He just makes winning plays, hits perimeter shots, and the 30th pick in 2017, he has been solid.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Faster pace now, Brent, in the NBA. This has become an endurance sport, and well-conditioned athletes are a must.
Obviously, Kevin, over the past couple seasons, the pace has picked back up. It's very reminiscent of the early 80s when you had the Lakers running, the Denver Nuggets running.
Yes.
You have these teams that are just flying up and down the floor. So as a fan, I think it's a wonderful opportunity, especially the closer you can sit, to watch a Russell Westbrook, to watch a Paul George, to see a Giannis get up and down the floor with such fluidity and grace and skill set. So the game opening up has also opened the eyes to the fans about just how great the athleticism of NBA players is.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
That one goes in.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
.59 seconds left in the first quarter. Outside, Redick, back to Hart. Now Okafor. The dish to Redick. From deep. Denied for the third time. He's 0 for 3. The Bulls leading by 5. Now here's Valentine. Lays it up and banks it in. Valentine's got his second basket.
Coaching staff would like some more shots from that range.
32 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Hart. 11 points for him in that last game against Milwaukee. Felicio with the rebound. Felicio's got rebound number 13 with that last one. And good that time. And now it's a 9-point Chicago lead.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Redick with it. From deep three-point range, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so the first quarter is in the books. Bulls lead by 9. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. Glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, what's your take on the Bulls so far?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
Yeah, defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
Here's more. And now brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So the Bulls 5 right now. We've got Valentine, Harrison out there with Chris Dunn. And it's Young, and it's Felicio in its center. And Young slams it home.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed. He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Here's Redick. It's deflected.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know. Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Pelicans trail by 13. Pass to Moore. Now Okafor. Back to Moore. 5 on the clock. Puts it up. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Felicio's. And it's Dunn penetrating. An easy 2 points on the layup. Dunn's got his first 2 points of the night.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
The Pelicans have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, there's not a lot of NBA players who come from Finland. Now there's Lauri Markkanen. Before him, there was Hanno Matala, who was actually Lauri's high school coach. Markkanen is soft-spoken and family-focused, but he says everything starts from basketball. All the decisions I make are based on if it helps me on the basketball court. Kevin?
Terrific attitude, David. Thanks. And he comes up with the deuce. And it's 8 points for Thaddeus Young.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now here's Redick. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Hart the pass to Redick. Shot clock at 6. Here's Hart from deep. Felicio with the rebound.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups, so maybe just a step too far.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
And coach can't be happy, and I think I know why. Their defense putting up no resistance inside.
No, they're not preventing them from scoring, and if you can get to a high efficiency shot on the floor, and that's the paint, you just keep going.
Some changes for Chicago. Lauri Markkanen's checked in for Felicio. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Valentine. And Zach LaVine subbed in for Chris Dunn. Now, here's Ball. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Here's Favors. Williamson tips it back in. Williamson's got 6.
Well, a missed box out and an easy tip in, but it's because of the activity as the ball is going up, Kevin, finding yourself in the right spot, just using some effort.
Here's Young. 14 points from him the last game against Toronto.
Yeah, but there's always this point, Kevin, you got to look at where did he also impact the game. It was on the rebounding end of the floor. A tremendous performance there.
Now here's Ingram. Following the miss by Otto Porter. Ingram passes to Favors. And no good that time. Nice D from Porter. And there's the call on Zion Williamson. That'll be his second foul of the game. Now the Bulls with it. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. There's Harrison. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
Good defense from Holiday. I like when he uses his speed on that end of the floor, making the release uncomfortable.
Basket counts.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
And it's Harrison with the ball for Chicago. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Now the pass to Markkanen. Back to Harrison. Outside, LaVine. Just 5 to shoot. And it's off from three-point range. Pelicans trail by 15. Ball dishes to Williamson. Good on the bucket. He's got 8.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
LaVine against Holiday to the middle. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. In the second half of February now, the power rankings have lots of statistical analysis to pull from. Taking a look at Milwaukee. They've climbed all the way up to the 2nd spot.
And checking out Chicago, they're really happy with the way they're playing. Definitely on the upswing. Everyone doing their part.
Now here is Holiday. He has 6. The offensive rebound. Favors. Rejected by Young. Porter against Ingram. And Young kicks to Markkanen. Over Favors. And the Bulls with another miss. Pelicans trail by 13. Here's Williamson. And it goes down 2 points. Williamson's got 10 points in the game.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And the foul on Drew Holiday. That's foul number 2 for him.
It's his second foul, but not the end of the world. One more before halftime, though. That would change some things.
And the Bulls making a change here. White's checked in. To the inside. Here's Young. No good. And they can't put an end to this drought.
If you told me this was the kind of game he was going to have, I would not have expected them to be in front right now.
Young against Ball. Just 4 to shoot. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pelicans will retain possession. And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for Williamson.
And in the last 5 games, he's made a bunch of hustle plays on the glass more than anywhere else. His rebounding totals in these games shows a dramatic increase from his numbers during the rest of the season.
Yeah, pretty safe to say that this is the kind of game that you just want to flush as soon as you get done with it.
Back to Favors. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Zion Williamson.
Tremendous numbers for him over the last 10 games. 16th in scoring, and with a top 20 ranking in field goal percentage, you put the ball in his hands and he converts at a remarkable rate.
And like you were saying, one of the stronger scorers in the league. A tireless worker on the offensive end, and it's no wonder he's top 20 in points. Bulls shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. And he makes the first.
The athleticism and blinding speed White possesses is impressive. This guy plays with a lot of moxie.
He makes 1 of 2 that time. Pelicans trail by 12. Ingram passes the ball. New Orleans moving the ball around. Here's Favors. Back to Holiday. Over Porter. Misses off the left iron. The Bulls leading by 12. And for a player that didn't come in with a lot of fanfare to the NBA, Markkanen is one of the top young players in the league.
Yeah, call him the marksman or the finisher. Call him Larry Bird if you like. Fantastic stretch 4, who showed he could be a focal point of an offense, can play with an edge as well, and is just scratching the surface of his potential.
Saransky's checked in for Zach LaVine. Holiday attacking. Second chance shot. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Well, a dedicated sprint to the hoop from Holiday there. He earns the trip to the line.
Both free throws good from Holiday. And bird rights an important element in structuring the salary cap. Can you tell the viewers exactly what that means?
What it means, Kevin, is you have the ability to go into the above the tax to sign your own player, and so it doesn't cost you in terms of tax dollars. So if a player finishes his season, you have bird rights on that player. You can negotiate a number that's not going to impact your bottom line and cut into your salary cap. So very important when teams are maneuvering around and trying to get players on their roster for a season or two, that after that second season or third season over, that the bird rights still remain for them to extend him even further to keep him around the culture.
Pelicans trail by 14. Passes it to Williamson. Kicks the ball. And stolen by White. Here's Porter, and finished off by Porter.
And a solid playmaker. White has a great sense for when he should look to give it up.
New Orleans has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And here is Ball. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Again, New Orleans turns it over.
Looked like a simple play and turned into a turnover. Can't give away possessions like that.
White looking around. It's good. White's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Now Ball. Here's Favors, and he makes that one. And here's White. He'll bring it up for Chicago. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. And a chance now to look at the schedule for the Bulls. On Sunday, they'll be matching up with Al Horford and the Philadelphia 76ers. Then on Tuesday, they'll take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards.
And for the matchup with the Suns, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
No good on the free throw. New Orleans making a switch here. Hart's checked in. And he's good on the second. Pelicans trail by 17. Now here is Holiday. 8 points for him. Pass to Hart. There's the three. The second effort. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
For New Orleans, they have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops.
And guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter.
Denzel Valentine, he's checked in for Young. He doesn't get the second one.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well. Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
Now here's Favors. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Milwaukee.
And he also controlled the boards. He just seemed to be in the right position every time the ball came off the rim.
For New Orleans, they have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
Such a terrific two-way guy. Drew Holiday isn't just an offensive powerhouse. He loves to play defense. I mean, loves it.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Okafor's checked in. Both free throws good from Drew Holiday.
Well, his body control is phenomenal, and his ability to get to the line has always been impressive. That's a huge part of his game.
Now here's White. He's got 10. Ball's knocked loose. Satoransky the pass to Markkanen. The shot's good on the assist by Satoransky. 8 points for Lauri Markkanen.
They have a good plan going right now, and they're starting to create separation.
Well, game plan might have been good, but you have to bring it together. Right now, their chemistry is something to be admired.
Here's Holiday after the made shot from Lauri Markkanen. Here's Okafor. Got a hand on it.
And blocking shots mostly about will and desire. Markkanen showing he has it on that one.
And Markkanen throws it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
Here's Holiday. The Bulls getting the bucket. The Pelicans have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Drew Holiday. Some changes for Chicago. Felicia's checked in for Porter. And Chris Dunn subbed in for Satoransky. The Pelicans also changing it up. Hayes comes in for Williamson. And it's Etuan Moore checking in for Ingram. Both free throws good from Drew Holiday. Here's White. 10 points for him. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Jahlil Okafor.
And that burst of speed, sometimes White just too much for a defense, which is why you see them compromise.
And that one falls for White. J.J. Redick's checked in for Drew Holiday. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And here's Redick. He'll bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. To the paint, Okafor finally gets one to fall. He's now 1 for 5 with his first make.
Well, this is when you start to talk about Redick not just always looking for offense, clearly looking for teammates there.
The shot by Markkanen, nobody around. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. White's got 14 points for the game.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Hart kicks to Okafor. He dishes it to Redick. Puts it up from 12. And Okafor slams it in.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
White the pass to Felicio. Back to White. Redick with the double team. Feeds to Markkanen. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Okafor's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots at the game right here.
Shooting 2.
That one is off. And he sinks the second. And it's the Bulls with the ball. They led the game at 1 point by 20. And White kicks to Felicio. Excellent D there from Okafor.
Well, that's how to protect the rim without fouling. Force him into an awkward release and a bit of an adjustment on the layup.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
Well, this kind of effort will energize the team and get you going, just gobbling up every board.
Count it, good.
Sweet to be a difference maker in a game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
Pelicans trail by 19. Redick with it. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. One second left, and he hits the jump shot.
Well, JJ doing a great job deciding on that pick and roll play with what to do with the basketball. Deceptively crafty when he gets in that set.
And so it's Chicago, out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Alvin Gentry. Coach, what have you liked so far from your team, and what have you not liked?
Well, I like the pace of the game. Defensively, I don't like anything that we're doing as far as dribble penetration. Too many things are happening in the lane. We got to protect the basket a little better.
Thanks for your time, Coach. Back to you.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Chicago holding the upper hand after the first two quarters. They are way out in front, leading by 17. Kenny, what do you think?
Well, they were completely in rhythm shooting the basketball. Just watching the flow of their offense, everything clicked into place. Fantastic shot selection. They took advantage of everything the defense gave them.
Shaq, how do you think New Orleans played?
Well, they struggled in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of the list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You got to protect the rim.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half, about to get underway.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. So it's the Pelicans now, trailing by 17. So for New Orleans right now, Ingram the 3 and Zion the 4. Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spots. And it's Favors in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now Porter. Following the miss by Lonzo Ball from deep. Porter out of bounds. New Orleans will take possession. Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. You take a look at the Pelicans. They're way down there in the conference standings, looking for a lot of improvement during the second half of the season.
And, you know, for the Pelicans, they haven't gotten anywhere near where they wanted to be this season. Pretty clear there's a big talent gap between them and the true contenders.
Well, you hope that they realize that and they have some self-awareness, but can they win some games, carry some positive energy, maybe some momentum into the offseason with which to build on?
Ball, the pass to Favors. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to go on Otto Porter Jr. And that one falls for Favors. And so Favors nails both of them. The Bulls leading by 15. Here's Levine. Fires it up. Here's Felicio, and down it goes, jamming that one home. Great game for him, double-double now. 10 points and 17 rebounds. About 1 minute played here in the second half. Ball, the pass to Holiday. Outside Favors. Porter pulls it in. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Bulls. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Well, you look at guys like Otto Porter, Greg. He just brings so much with his consistent outside jumper.
And guys, he's shot threes at a tremendous clip the last few seasons. I mean, really for his whole career. Sometimes can be a bit passive, so you just make sure he's involved and looking for his shot.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good. Porter. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And here is Ball. No points in the game yet for him. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Holiday with it. Now defended by Markkanen. Pass to Williamson. 6 on the shot clock. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Well, there it is. 0 of 3 to start the half, and finally something finds its way through the net.
And Markkanen throws it down.
And rising with such ease, Markkanen likes to get up top to bring it down.
Pelicans trail by 19. Right side Holiday. Lobs it up for Levine. And there's the bucket for Markkanen. Markkanen's got 4 points this quarter.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Holiday against Levine. The pass to Ball. Now here's Ingram. Shot clock at 5. They grab their own miss. Another shot. That's good from Williamson on the assist from Favors. Williamson's got 12.
And what you love about Williamson, he's not just magnetic and entertaining. He's extremely productive.
Now here's White. He's got 14. From about 19 feet, here's Markkanen. This is his first free throw of the game.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good for Markkanen.
And Markkanen is a perfect candidate for that stretch 4. Outstanding at pulling the trigger from deep and not afraid to go inside and bang with the other bigs.
Shaquille Harrison, he's checked in for the Bulls. And Markkanen drops them both.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
And another turnover here by New Orleans. And we have some time now to show you which rookies have the greatest impact offensively over the course of the last month. Second is Zion Williamson. And, of course, Kobe White.
These two rookies have been going head-to-head in the box scores for a while now. There have been a few big nights for both of them.
And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here.
And checking out some stats for Levine. Over the last month, getting it done. 13th in scoring, and he's among the top 20 players in three-point field goal percentage. He has been locked and loaded from beyond.
And yeah, one of the most dangerous scorers in the game. He's already come up big in some key games this year. His teammates really feed off his.
Got to honor that mid-range J from Porter. Over time, he has really improved that shot.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And there's the call. Chicago the foul. And that one falls for Favors. Thaddeus Young. He's checked in for Chicago. And so Favors nails both of them.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Here's Harrison. He's covered by Ball. Passes it to Young. Looking to end his cold spell. Pelicans pull it in. Now Ball. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Here's Holiday, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Smart for Holiday to get that shot off even after the hack from the defense.
Good on the second free throw. Here's Harrison. On the wing, Porter. Those three-pointers off the mark.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Boy, does that help. When Drew Holiday's connecting from the three-point line, it opens up so much of the floor.
Levine against Holiday. On the wing, Porter. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. 9 points for Otto Porter Jr.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Pelicans trail by 19. Outside Holiday to the wing right side. Now here's Ball. Clock at 6. And the dunk by Williamson.
And this is what we came to see, right? Go ahead, Zion. Do your thing on the alley-oop.
Levine with it. Young taking his time here. Now here's Porter. He's covered closely. Porter can't get that one to fall.
Well, that's a shot they want just about on every possession if they can get it. He doesn't make them all, but still very much a high percentage look.
And what confidence from the big fella. Williamson runs the floor like a deer, and that assertiveness to attack. Love it.
Here's Harrison. Zion Williamson making his last shot with his first shot attempt, and that one's good, Harrison.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Pelicans trail by 17. Ball, the pass to Favors. He kicks to Holiday. Back to Favors. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. He shot 5 of 6 at the foul line.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
And the first one at the line is good. Chicago making some changes. Chris Dunn comes in for Porter. And Satoransky's subbed in for Harrison. The Pelicans also changing it up. Hart, he's checked in for Holiday. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Lonzo Ball. And so Favors nails both of them. Chicago leading by 15. And here is Satoransky. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Here's Felicio. Nails the baby hook. Felicio's got 4 points in the quarter. And here are the Pelicans now. Redick passes to Williamson. Dishes to Ingram. Steps back and fires. They get it back. Good defensive work there by Young.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge?
Wow, hammering it in.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
And the Pelicans with possession here after the Bulls pick up 2. Here's Hart. Dunn covering. Hart, no good. Chicago has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And the basket is good. 6 points for Zach LaVine.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Well, so many people were worried about Chris Dunn's offense after his rookie year, but you know what, Greg? He's turned it around.
And gone from struggling to hit 40% of his shots to shooting better from the floor. Still a strong defender, and he's making people forget that his offense was ever a question.
Here's Favors, and a slam dunk by Favors.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
And he's been a force on the glass all game long.
Yeah, it's almost like he's got a magnet on that ball here tonight. He's in the right spot all the time.
Here's Ingram. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Felicio's got his 20th rebound here tonight. Saw that coming. LaVine can't hit. So Favors will bring it up for New Orleans. 19-point game. Here's Hart. Dunn covering. Favors. The shot, no good. Nice D from LaVine.
It wouldn't surprise me to see him find his touch and still be a factor. Don't count them out yet.
Now Dunn. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. LaVine, the bounce pass. Tries it from 9. Chalk up 2 there. 10 points for Thaddeus Young.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Pelicans trail by 19. Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. Starter in this league for almost a decade. Thaddeus Young's numbers, Greg, won't blow you away. So what is it that makes him a winning player?
I think it starts with his defense, Kevin. Drawing charges and getting deflections. His quickness puts him in a position to make those effort plays.
Chicago making a switch here. Markkanen's checked in. The Pelicans also changing it up. Okafor's checked in for Brandon Ingram. Hayes comes in for Williamson. And it's Etuan Moore checking in for Hart. Now here's Redick. Pass to Okafor. Down to 5 on the shot clock. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Unloads. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Okafor's got 9.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Young inside. Covered by Hayes. Young's shot is off. Here's Moore. The Pelicans keep it going. A new 14-second shot clock. Redick surveying the D. Pass to Okafor. Shoots over Satoransky. And it's Okafor missing.
Well, maybe not the best shot against that kind of defense, but he still has the ability to knock that kind of shot down.
Levine kicks to Dunn. 1:46 left in the third. Off with the layup. Pelicans trail by 17. Moore left side. Outside, Redick. Now the dish to Okafor. Over Young. Another miss by Okafor. Chicago leading by 17. And Young, here we go. And the jam by Levine.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Out to the right wing. Markkanen against Favors. Shoots over Markkanen, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Well, Chicago has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Dunn, wide open, he fires. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Levine's got 3 assists in the game. .46 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Moore. Softly drops in the floater. Moore's got 5 now.
It's clear that Moore has worked on some things in the offseason. There's a rare teardrop.
Satoransky against Redick. Here's Young. It's Chicago with another bucket. There's 25 seconds left here in the third quarter. Knocked loose. Here's Redick. Just 5 to shoot. Beyond the arc. Good on the triple. 5 points in the game.
And J.J. Redick is so used to aggressive defense because they don't want to give him an inch to shoot.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Bulls out front, running away with this one. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, anytime a guy's in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Inside, it's Young and Markkanen. Chris Dunn is out there with White. And it's Valentine in at the small forward. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls.
And probably more of a natural scorer than passer. White has worked hard on his playmaking ability.
Something Commissioner Silver has mentioned, Brent, the possibility of a mid-season tournament. You ever see that happening?
It would be interesting to see if that idea grows some legs here, Kevin, and adopting what it is that in soccer leagues in Europe have done for many years, because teams hone in on what those individual cups mean and the competition raises, and you earn something for the end of the year. If Commissioner Silver can find a way to get that done, it becomes very intriguing, instead of an all-star weekend, to have teams gather for a mid-season tournament with something on the line. Elevated competition.
Well, kids play that in high school. They play that in the college level. It would make sense that it could fit in the NBA as well.
It'd be interesting, and especially halfway through the year, to reinvigorate your fan base with something like that, I think would be great.
Good point.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Oh, how about using the rim to get some true hang time?
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff. Now, here's ball. Outside, Redick. Offline with his three.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one. Leaping ability is off the charts. Not the biggest power forward, but outstanding at rising up off the ground.
Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. The pass to Okafor. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And that is just a deflating error on his part.
Yeah, he knows he shouldn't have made it, and that's just really overall a frustrating sequence that hopefully doesn't stick with him.
So it's Chicago now. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Passes it to Harrison, puts up a three. And it's Melly with the rebound. And the Pelicans shooting only 31%. Their offense really struggling to put possessions together. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And the EuroLeague's top scorer last season, Nicolo Melli, had turned down some NBA offers in the past, decides to make the leap to join the Pelicans, and gives them a highly skilled player in that front court.
And that trip coming up empty, missing both. Here's a garbage time question, Brent. Why do some teams leave their star players in the game even though the game has either been won or lost?
Forgetful coaches? No, it
can't be that.
Well, I don't know if...
if you're leading by 35 points late in the game.
And the star player is still in the game. Somebody's made a mistake with regards to the rotations. Quite frankly, there's really no reason for guys to be out there at that time. Early on in the season, it might be that the coach wants to start and play with certain guys, but as the season goes on, you just don't see that very much.
Here's Hutchison. On the clock. Pelicans pull it in. Moore outside. Valentine grabs the board. Valentine's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Harrison. And he drops it in from the low post. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Here's Alexander Walker. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his wake.
Here's Arcidiacono. Hutchison passes to Valentine. The three. Okafor grabs the miss. Okafor's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Moore outside. The 15-footer. The shot will not fall.
Sometimes you just have an off night, guys, and that's what we've seen so far.
Arcidiacono taking his time here. For so long, the U.S. has been the country to beat in international basketball play. But there are some big-time challengers around the globe emerging.
Well, Serbia and Spain continue to be competition that the U.S. takes extremely seriously. And I'm not saying they don't take everybody that they step on the floor against with tremendous amount of respect. We know from years in the past that Argentina had its golden age with the players around Manu Ginobili and Oberto and Nocioni, but that seemed to be a timing thing for the Argentinian national team. Spain and Serbia will continue to be impressive and continue to push USA basketball in these international tournaments and Olympic play.
Chicago's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Hutchison. Over to the left wing. Baseline J on the way. Will not go. This is off the front iron. The Pelicans have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. And there's the call on Ryan Arcidiacono. That is his first foul of the game. Hart, he's checked in for the Pelicans. Pass to Alexander Walker. Now here's Okafor. The pass to Alexander Walker. Here's Melli. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Hart. It's deflected. Here's Arcidiacono. And again, no good by Chicago. The Pelicans shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense. Alexander Walker passes to Melli. Passes to Hart. Second shot opportunity. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. You know, Brent, something other major sports do, reseeding during the playoffs. So the highest seeds always will play the lowest seeds. And do you think the NBA should go down that road?
I think the consideration will still be there. I think that conversation is going to happen over the course of the next 2 or 3 years. I don't see it changing in that time, Kevin, but it's healthy to continue the dialogue to the point where maybe we do get there.
First free throw is good. Both good from the line that time. And so it's Arcidiacono with it. He brings it up for the Chicago Bulls. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. That one falls.
Oh, that's excellent. Get the ball down deep inside and cash in on a simple basket.
Here's Alexander Walker. Pass to Hart. And here is Okafor. Three-pointer. And the Pelicans miss again.
Yeah, this has been a night where you can look at his shooting and his performance, and it's affected the team. That's the bottom line.
Here's Valentine. That one, no good. And it's the Pelicans taking it the other way. Here's Hart. Offensive rebound. Pass to Melli. And finally, that one's good.
They've cashed in on a lot of second chance opportunities here in the second half. That extra effort will help them cut into this deficit.
Here's Arcidiacono. And there's the pass to Hutchison. And how often do players argue calls knowing that they are in the wrong? They know they're going after something that was the correct call.
Let's just say often, Kevin. I mean, you just never, the whistle.
Are they thinking ahead in terms of saying?
I I don't think so. It's emotional. It's just an emotional reaction. I mean, you're out there running around and doing what you do, and you get a whistle. You're going to react to it like, oh, I did something wrong. Why am I in the principal's office right now? I want to get my side out. I know you saw it. Everybody does.
That sounds like you may have done a lot of that.
I tried to avoid that, Kevin.
Did you? Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't think that's healthy for you and your reputation.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. No good on that one. So Chicago ends up going with the new group. And a change for the Pelicans. Williamson is checked in for Jahlil Okafor. And the second free throw, good. Bulls have gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the fourth. Here's White, left side Markkanen. Porter with it. Now defended by Williamson. Left side, Porter. Stolen. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And that one's good, Williamson.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Now here's Levine. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Williamson's got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
Now here's White. Zion Williamson unable to get his last shot to go. A lot of missing stats from the 60s and 70s, but if we could go back and look at those actual numbers, any players you think would really be catching our eye in terms of, wow, I didn't know that guy was that good, or he's better than I thought he was?
Well, don't we always look at the incredible, mind-boggling numbers of Wilt Chamberlain
yes,
and think, what was that guy doing?
Yeah.
And we don't even have half of it.
No.
So Wilt Chamberlain comes to mind first. What I think about Kevin when that question comes up is how many great players through the 70s and also really through the 80s, because the three-point line wasn't accentuated enough, missed the opportunity to be even greater scorers. I mean, Jerry West with the three-point line.
Can you imagine that?
You got to be kidding me. So there's a lot of gap of those players too that also, because of changes in rules and because the three-point line wasn't in, that we would be talking about in terms of nostalgia and their accomplishments with a much different voice.
Even someone as recent as Jordan, with the rules the way they are now.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
With the openness of the floor and what Michael could do, as if he wanted to prove he could do more.
Exactly. Bulls have gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the fourth. That's about 43%. Arcidiacono, the pass to Markkanen. Knocked away. And Markkanen throws it down.
And staying aggressive on offense. Markkanen's always looking to score the basketball. This guy has really become a refined scorer.
Now here's Ball. He's guarded closely. Pass to Alexander Walker. Of course, Dirk Nowitzki spent his whole career with the Dallas Mavericks. We don't see that much anymore, do we? From the beginning to the end with one team.
No, but I think we're going to still occasionally have anomalies like we did with Reggie being in Indiana for the years of his playing career. Nate McMillan was in Seattle for his playing career, now coach of the Indiana Pacers. So there will be times where we'll have that once or twice. It's not going to happen very much, Kevin.
Not in today's NBA.
Not in today's game, and not with what's at stake.
Just 2 to shoot. From deep three-point range, the shot by Arcidiacono, no good. New Orleans has gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Here's Melly from outside off the mark. And so it's Arcidiacono with it. He brings it up for the Chicago Bulls. Pass to Hutchison. Here's Markkanen, covered by Miller. The fadeaway, and there's the bucket from Markkanen. Markkanen's got 12 points in just the second half.
And how about that stroke from mid-range by Markkanen? The 7-footer with a deadly jumper. That's like a defense's worst nightmare.
And turnovers have been the issue for him.
You can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Bulls.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And you know, this is a win they wanted badly, guys. They did not want to get swept in the season series.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for Lauri Markkanen.
Just does a great job of looking for space and then finding it. That's taking advantage of what the defense is giving you.
Now here's Williamson.
Well, at this point, they're just trying to get back in sync. You want to play a good brand of basketball.
And consistency definitely is a key to some of the playoff performing teams, and tonight they just did not find it in this contest.
Here's Gafford. Drains it from 9 feet away.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on, and that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
Pass to Alexander Walker. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Here's Ball. Rebounded by Gafford. Here's Hutchison. There's the pass to Arcidiacono. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you next time.